What's happening, guys? Dan Chunk here, aka Champ. Welcome back to Coin Bureau Trading. We're going to be talking about the fundamentals and the approach of why I generally believe that Bitcoin could break lower, and if it does, come to the 25k mark, potentially even lower. Now, the reason I want to do this before NFP is to show you the analysis. It doesn't matter if I'm right or wrong. People often find, it's the internet, everyone's on the keyboard. It doesn't matter if you're right or wrong when you're calling these trades. What's important is the analysis, your structure, your approach to the market, and that you are profitable over time. It's all about ups and downs and controlling them and making sure that every single day when you're right and wrong, that the equity curve is increasing in life, self-development, your bank account, fitness, health, and everything in general. Without further ado, let's get to the video. Right, we're going to be doing this from a day trading charts perspective, and the day trading parts perspective is left hand side is 4 hours or daily, and then on the right hand side we have 30 minutes. So let's start with the daily chart for the time being. Now the daily chart is, we can see our key levels that we have is at 25k, 29k, and then 31k. These are the three main key levels. Now the three main key levels is because on the 25k mark, this was a resistance in 14th of Feb 23, and then we can see that was tested as a resistance multiple times, then got broken through with some nice bullish momentum, and then has become a support ever since. Now since that support, we've had a new resistance, which is at 29k, being tested nearly over 8 to 10 times. And then when it has broken through, this 31k mark is the top of the iceberg. Like, that's been the high of the year. Every time prices come to this, it's rejected quite sharply. And honestly, if we break this then would lead to a new higher high for the year. That's why that is a major key level that we've got on the left hand side. So now that we've identified that, if we look on the lower time frame, we have basically been consolidating within this range of 29k and 29,700. And when we're ranging, every time we hit support and resistance, bounces. Now today is NFP, so I generally believe price is going to move and have a sharp movement, and then we can get a continuation over the weekend. Now there is an opportunity for this to absolutely melt and break lower. Now the reason why we could break lower is because there is all of this gap here, which you can see from that spike onto the upside, that could be filled. If we break this support, that means the structure is broken, sellers are there, and then we need to fill that gap and potentially wick or even retest that 25k mark. Now that wick we have seen time and time again in different market conditions, and if I show you like this here on the 14th of March, that's a very high and strong wick to structure. If I go onto the 4 hours, we can see, if we can find some more wick here again, if we go on to the 4 hours and we just widen this up, we can see more wicks on the support where price is testing structures every single time. That is what could potentially happen with Bitcoin. If it does break the support, it could wick all the way down, or it could just drop all the way down to 25k. I hope you guys are enjoying the video so far. Don't forget to check out our Bitget competition, where there is a $15,000 prize pool for you guys. You literally just have to check on 3 simple steps. You open up an account, deposit, and then start trading, and then you are part of the competition. So link in the description below. Support us, and let's get back to the video. Now let's open the swing trading charts. The reason why I said 25k is because we want to be prepared. Now if I'm wrong, that's fine, then we wait for the setup and then we look for a buy above the 31k mark, which is what we identified earlier as the new high, and if that breaks the new high, that could potentially be the support. The reason why I said that 25k could be a possibility is because if price does come to 25k, we can see that previously we did a 26k buy, and then if we do a 25k buy, there is a high probability of trade bouncing from this area and coming all the way to 29 again and 30 again, which is a very high risk to reward. So a low risk and a high reward. Now the opportunity of this is because there is a potential, there is a break, we are now able to understand that there is this opportunity that we could wait for, and if we're right, we take it, and if we're wrong, we just watch the markets. So it is essentially a win-win situation. So another confluences and some final things to look at fundamentally of why we also think that is because gold is yet again moving and looking to drop. Now we've done a video, if you want to check out in the past, ding, where Bitcoin and gold correlates, and I've explained the Bitcoin dollar basket and also also how gold, all three of those correlate and move in sync. Now, it might not be exactly at the time period, but sooner or later they all overall trend. So for example, if gold starts to move its high, then it rejects, Bitcoin will do something similar or do the inverse. But regardless of the period, it just depends on the business cycle. So right now, if we have that and we take that in mind, gold does look like it could retest the 1899 mark and it could drop lower. So one key factor is when gold pushed and did its movement and the dollar basket did have sharp movements, Bitcoin did nothing. And that was when Bitcoin's price should have been actually more bullish, but it didn't. So that could mean that Bitcoin is just that weak. Now, if that's the case, if the dollar does continue to push up, that means that Bitcoin could weaken. And then that also is another idea and another confluence of why Bitcoin could drop to 25k. So gold could drop down to 1900, and then the dollar basket could push all the way up to 104 again, which is another retest. We said this 3 times now, so that could be retest. $97 doesn't look likely just as of yet. Then if we go all the way back down to Bitcoin, that means if the dollar basket pushes up, then Bitcoin could push all the way down to the 25k mark if it breaks these support. So we looked at the key levels from a daily perspective, then we looked at the day trades and time frame, and then from there we looked at the fundamentals of gold, dollar basket and Bitcoin to have an idea of why 25k could be possible, a trade idea there. And if we do break up above, we are also prepared for the trade idea above the resistance. Let's finalize this video with some day trades ideas. So as we have this, one of the day trade ideas that I actually have and I would like to set is a retest onto the downside. So what I would love to see is a break, a retest on 29k, and then a sell-off from here. It's as simple as that. From the support structure that we did, we failed one trade, is exactly the same trade where we copy and then paste, and look for exactly the same trade on the right hand side. So I'd love for this to melt and then have some sort of a pullback and then a continuation. And then if we do have a buy, I would love to have a buy above all of these areas where price is confirmed and showing that the bullish momentum is continuing, not a fake out. Not like this one here where price is just pushed above, it has not held. I need to see a hold above where price is still trading above there for a good couple of hours and then look to continue. But for now, things are a bit more bearish. I'll look for more shorts, and they are the 2 trades that I would set. So we can see, by tomorrow, if this trade works out, if it wins or loses, the overall analysis. But I think it was good because I've called all of this. Regardless of the outcome, we are now prepared, and then we can basically adapt on whatever the outcome is and be prepared for Sunday or Monday moving for the next week Bitcoin trades.